Breath of the Wild excels at immersion, pacing, and storytelling. Allowing the player to slowly piece together the plot as they explore the beautiful kingdom of Hyrule is by far this game's greatest strength. Its learning curve, which incorporates a well-designed tutorial and optional instruction shrines, gives players several distinct opportunities to understand and ease into the combat system without feeling overwhelmed. The combat system itself feels tight and well-balanced, with just enough variety between builds to avoid feeling limited. For most enemy encounters, the use of runes is encouraged but not required, adding depth to combat without forcing a certain playstyle. Every rune and champion ability has a place in the game, and are well integrated into various aspects of a single playthrough. Each rune has a straightforward mechanic with creative uses that can be explored by visiting shrines. Each champion ability feels uniquely powerful and rewarding to unlock, increasing the depth of combat and world traversal even further. Lastly, the game simply feels polished. The gameplay is smooth with little visual clutter, and as a result, the game runs well, whether you're admiring the sunset or fighting a boss. Tears of the Kingdom excels at giving the player freedom, which is truly its greatest strength. Any obstacle, be it traversal, combat, or puzzles, can be simplified or solved with a number of inventive ideas, something the game actively encourages through its new runes and Zonai devices. This spirit of creativity is extended to Tears combat, with Fuse creating vast potential for new strategies and new armor sets that promote further build diversity. The game's boss fights are a standout improvement over Breath of the Wild's, with each one feeling distinct and memorable. Tears also excels at integrating its deeper world into the main story and gameplay, allowing the player to explore its furthest reaches through the main plot. Individual exploration is encouraged with intriguing structures, numerous material outposts, and a vast array of updated mapping tools. This exploration often leads to discoveries that increase Link's strength, provide new combat challenges, or expand the player's creative arsenal. But as a sequel, Tears of the Kingdom has a few faults that its predecessor did not, namely, bloat. With so many items to cook, fuse, build, travel, and fight with, inventory management and navigation can become very overwhelming very quickly. In terms of the world, an expanded Hyrule is certainly a better Hyrule, but it could be argued that the depths are too spread out and Sky Islands feel too repetitive. Furthermore, the main plotline effectively ignores the conclusion and events of Breath of the Wild, which is a point of contention for many. For me, it wasn't immersion breaking, but there were a few points in the game where I felt that just mentioning Breath of the Wild's story would have improved Tears. Now this leads into my main gripe with TOTK, the main way it tells its own story. Breath of the Wild did it to perfection, uncovering Link's memories as you progress through the game. But Tears of the Kingdom seems to give you no development as you find the first 4 sages, repeatedly giving you the same information after every main boss. Only after you find the 5th sage is the plot truly progressed. Tears has a great story, but I feel like it could have hit even harder if it was paced properly. That being said, both games also have their own strengths and weaknesses, and there are several places in which both excel. It should go without saying that the sound design for both games is immaculate. From the voice acting to the sound effects to the OST, every audio bite is satisfying, immersive, and never gets old. Their optional features, like the Hyrule Compendium and side quests, only encourage players to explore, rather than giving them fear of missing out. And for a sequel, Tears of the Kingdom makes several improvements in accordance with its larger map and new tools. The shrine design in both games are meaningfully distinct but equally flawless. Breath of the Wild shrines were more puzzle-like in nature, with a single rune concept getting developed as you progress deeper in. Tears of the Kingdom shrines are broader in nature, often allowing the use of a single or multiple runes to overcome their open-ended obstacles. And perhaps most impressively, runes are expertly integrated into both games. The runes in the world fit together so perfectly, it's genuinely impossible to tell which was made for which. Using them never feels cumbersome, like their only limit is your own ingenuity. Breath of the Wild is a game I love dearly, and I genuinely think it's one of the best games ever made. I also loved playing Tears. I found myself getting sidetracked by anything and everything, and in a way only its predecessor could compare. But the more I looked at people's opinions, the more there seemed to be a correlation between love for Breath of the Wild and hatred for Tears of the Kingdom. And it's understandable, really. Expectations for a masterpiece's sequel are bound to be high, and it's undeniable that Tears of the Kingdom missed the mark in some aspects. But I think the best approach to enjoying any game you play, regardless of whether it's a work of art or something you found lying in the dumpster, is to love it for what it is, not for what it isn't. So I'll leave you all with this. I think that both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are incredible games that are worth their price tag. Both are ambitious, yet uniquely flawed. Breath of the Wild prioritizes minimalism, discovery, and emotional resonance, while lacking some of the depth that Tears of the Kingdom adds. The more intricate version of Hyrule and Link's arsenal is Tears' strongest point, though it comes at the cost of storytelling quality and bloat. But at the end of the day, you can get lost in either game. Hours can fly by in an instant when all you've been doing is roaming the world. Any combat encounter fills your body with a surge of adrenaline, like you're truly fighting for the fate of Hyrule. And when the music swells, chills run down your spine, and you subconsciously grip your controller tight. That experience, dear viewer, is what makes both games worth playing. Thank you for watching.